All right, welcome to the final session. Man, oh man, has this been a journey, right? This is the marketing and sales module. Now, we have gone over so many things in this program. So before we dive into the sales and marketing bit, I want you to take the beginning of this session just to reflect on what you've learned so far. What ideas have you come up with? What was a moment where things just clicked for you like that? What was a moment where you had an unwavering belief and your purpose and passion was realized? I love those moments. I love those moments. That clean and clear clarity. Now, let's think about a moment in your future that you want to experience. What would that moment look like? Who's in it? Where are you? Can I offer a moment in my future that I often look to? Awesome, thank you. A moment I want to experience in my future is waking up and enjoying a cup of coffee with my wife beside me, and we're watching the sunrise on a property that we own with a whole gang of German Shepherds running around us. And that entire day consists of the things we want to do. I draw strength from that memory, and when my faith begins to waver, because of course I have my doubts, I do start feeling a little scared. I leverage that moment and what it means for me. And that helps get me back to my path. So awesome. Thanks for letting me share. I appreciate that. I have big goals and big dreams, and I hope you do too. Let's get to the marketing bit. First, what's coming up for you when I mention marketing? Is it fear, doubt, effort, disbelief? Let's recognize those feelings we have for marketing and just identify those singular emotions. Fear, the doubt, the effort, the disbelief maybe. Where else in your life have you felt that fear, doubt, effort, or disbelief, or whatever it is for you? Those are just example emotions. Now, remember, the emotions could have been developed in a completely different set of circumstances. But because they were developed already, now they're going to pour over into your marketing because you haven't properly identified those emotions or feelings from the get-go. Most of the time, these emotions and feelings were developed from childhood, where we experienced a type of pain, and that pain caused us to create a belief. And now that belief is preventing us from putting ourselves out there and doing the marketing we need to do for ourselves. But it's all just a story that we've been telling ourselves. I hear people say all the time, that's my story and I'm sticking to it, right? And I'm sure you heard that as well. But that's simply not true. That's your story and you're stuck in it. You don't have to be, though. Be wary of those voices in your mind trying to get you to stay where you are and prevent you from going somewhere. If you're where you're at right now and you're not happy, then your mind has been controlling you, not the other way around. Change your story, change your life. Write a new story. It's time to understand the power of the story that you tell yourself, so you could then tell this powerful story to your audience and make them trust you and relate with you. All marketing really is just a focused message about who you are and what benefit you can provide. Think about what you're providing and the benefits that your audience will receive from that. Is it a solution that you're offering? Well, that's a benefit. Now, what's that saying again? If you build it, they will come. That's simply not true. They will come when there is a message they relate with and there is a benefit. The message needs to be received and believed that there is a benefit. And you are the one that provides that benefit. And you will provide a benefit. I'm sure of it. So marketing essentially is attracting the customers and clients you want to have or want to work with, and to repel the clients or customers you don't want to have or don't want to work with. Remember, our purpose and passion is working with the people who want to work with us. How long would you be satisfied if you were serving people who simply didn't want to be served, or they just didn't want to work with you? That's not the life we want to create. So marketing serves us and empowers us to have the audience that's truly meant for us. Now, to find the audience that's truly meant for us, we need to understand our story and how it is so valuable. Because there is no one on this earth who has gone through exactly what you have gone through. There's no one on earth who's gone through exactly what I've gone through. Now, to get your message out there in an accurate fashion, I want you to identify your product or good and write out the benefit it provides. We're going to use what's called a solution statement. The solution statement is, I help blank achieve blank through blank. And it's going to be modified a little bit, but I help your target market achieve the desired result from your product or service through what actually is your product or service. Having this degree of clarity is what's going to make it simple for our clients and customers to make a decision to learn more about what we have to offer. This is going to take the guesswork out of making this decision. In hearing a simplified solution statement, our clients can hear what we are offering and what it will do for them. Bare bones, no fluff, no exaggeration. My solution statement is, I help parents achieve their purpose, passion, and their profits without sacrificing what they love to do and who they love to do it with. Now, I'm not just gonna get you all hyped up to make $1 million and call it a day. That's not my version of success. My success is to get you to live a life fulfilled because it's out there and it is available for you. I know it is. And my goodness, the types of days that are available to you when you're using your purpose and passion, they're simply wonderful. When you're walking your path and you're bringing in the profits and you have that quality time with your family, I'm telling you, there's nothing like it. So create a solution statement. I help blank with blank by doing blank, or I help blank with blank through blank, or I help blank with blank without needing to do blank. Right? Whatever modification is, but make it simple. This is also going to be your elevator pitch moving forward. When you typically ask someone what they do, they will respond with a one-liner like, a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a banker, and the conversation goes flat. So give yourself some depth by telling people your solution statement. Okay, now a way to phrase our stories is with the 4 C's of marketing. These are going to be your blueprint for your social media posts and any type of media you want to go out there. I would say a good way to structure the 4 C's in the beginning while you're still getting used to putting yourselves out there is to use 1 C per week, then eventually increase that to more and more every single week, but that's as you progress. So every month, 4 weeks in a month, you'll have executed the 4 C's. Use a C a week, then repeat for another 4 weeks, then repeat for another 4 weeks. And the 4 C's will begin gaining traction. Now, I want you to write these down as I say them, and then we're going to expand onto each of them. So the 4 C's are credibility, character, connection, and conversion. Perfect. The 4 C's: credibility, character, connection, and conversion. So starting out with credibility, this is exactly what it sounds like. This credibility just tells your audience why you are the one they should be going to and listening to as you speak, because your good or service is a provided benefit. Reflect on what you learned and where you learned it and how it impacted you. Tell people about a time you used what you've learned to then provide a solution or a perceived benefit. This could be in the form of actual testimonials you've received, or it can be how your method or product has provided benefits, and that's why you enjoy using it or learning it or doing it. I can leverage that life coaching is a great service because, 1, I've experienced the results from coaching myself. 2, I've coached others and seen the rewards in their lives. And 3, I could tell people about what Tony Robbins has done, and they could see that life coaching does work. In fact, most of the leaders in our nations and in top industries rely on getting coached. All of these leverage my credibility. In the beginning, though, you may feel like you don't have it, and that's okay, that's normal. Leverage what the overall good your industry provides. If it's knitting, then let people know how knitting impacts the world. If it's tennis coaching, then let people know how the best tennis players in the world have mindset coaches and tennis coaches, and so on and so on. You get the point, right? Okay, good. You will be gaining your own plethora of testimonials or stories about how you served, and that will begin making you more credible. Capture those to use them going forward. Using this as an opportunity to be authentic and vulnerable by expressing your thoughts and doubts, but you're able to use it as teaching points for overcoming those fears and doubts. That way you can be the one that is providing that outcome that your clients or customers want to receive. So moving on to character. Character, this one's more about you. This is about you being an actual person and not just a notification on someone's newsfeed. Post about the restaurants or the food you like or something funny that you've seen. But this really just shows more about who you are, and this creates more trust with your audience because you're a real person. Character and connection, the third C, they go hand in hand, and you'll see why in a second. But connection is going deeper with your audience and letting them know the parts about you that you otherwise wouldn't talk about. A connection post is more vulnerable, typically around fears and doubts and concerns that you may have that others are going to connect with. These types of posts are usually the more frequent on social media because everyone is always posting about what they're scared of or what they're concerned of. Politics, inflation, government, the economy, whatever it is. But these are a great way to get conversation starters. Not because misery loves company. That's true, but it's because we all want a connection on a deeper level. And if we're both connecting on a fear, then there's strength in numbers. So now I don't feel like I'm the only one going through what I'm going through. Use this connection post to dial into your target market and identify what is the perceived benefit that we are going to offer to them. What are they concerned about? Show people what the benefits or solutions that you offer because you've experienced them. Your audience now has someone who is going to be teaching them or instructing them. Now, the last C is conversion. And this one is the most challenging because this is where we don't want to be seen as a salesman or seen as a person who's just trying to get business. The conversion post is powerful because you're standing in your confidence saying, no, I actually do have experiences that I've been through and I have a success that I can share with you. I can help you and I want to share it with you. Do you remember that waiter example I gave in earlier sessions? Do you want a coffee with cream? Maybe you can get a burger. I'm not sure. Well, maybe you want to try the restaurant across the street because this one's not. I mean, what? Right? Like that's not going to make you want to eat there. So stand in your confidence when you're giving this conversion. The conversion post is honest because you are giving your audience a chance to experience it for themselves and what the benefit is of what you're selling or doing. This is a great example. There's the story of a man walking through the desert and he's barely hanging on. He was close to dying, but he found an oasis, a little desert spring, and he was able to drink the water and survive for a few days. He then continued on his journey away from the spring. He came across some other weary travelers and they were looking for life in the desert, but he became shy and the doubts crept in and he couldn't bring himself to share the knowledge of where that desert spring was because he didn't believe in himself. These doubts and fears are being created out of selfishness because we know the answers and we're not sharing what could potentially be saving someone's life. Like if that man were to tell them, oh yeah, just follow my footsteps, you'll go into the spring. So let's get out of our heads and into our lives, right? So the conversion post should really be used the least amount because through your other posts, you're already bringing in your audience to you. The conversion post is just an invitation post, right? So I would say a healthy amount would be 2 credibility posts, 1 or 2 character and connection posts, and a conversion post, maybe in a week. But if you're just starting out and don't feel super comfortable yet, then do a C every week. It's up to you, but remember, the more you get yourself out there, then the more you get yourself out there. People will be more familiar with who you are and what you're doing. So there's more trust and relatability. So those are the 4 C's of marketing. Get yourself a schedule and put some of those posts on that calendar. You need to figure out when and where and what you're going to be posting to get your message out there. Track this like a real-time statistic. So using marketing to get your message out there and your story out there is going to be phenomenal. But remember, we are not done yet. Even if you miss a day or miss a week or miss a month, we're not done yet. Get right back in the saddle and start where you left off at. We're playing the long game here, okay? So, fantastic job. Thank you for keeping up with all of this content. It's a ton of stuff. I might be speaking fast. I apologize. Pause the video at any time just to go back and freshen up on some of these points. And I'm going to continue encouraging you to have you learn more and grow with the marketing tools and strategies, learn the ins and outs, because marketing gets the message out there. But it's sales that moves the world. Having these things hand in hand will do wonders for you and your business. So moving to the sales portion. Sales is a service. Point blank, boom, period. We're done. See you next time. I'm just joking. But thinking of sales as being a service for others releases the negative connotations that come with sales. Thank God we are in the modern age where we all have options and we don't have to be saddled with that smooth talking car salesman. We get to find who resonates with us. We get to relate with the individuals who understand us and then choose them and their product. Now we can be that for someone else, because I don't care how good of a salesman you are and how you might use techniques and strategies. No one can control me. They can influence me, but they cannot control me. You can't twist the arm of your clients or customers and get them to buy your product or service. So don't feel like you are, because that's just not the case. You want to work with people who want to work with you. And if the people that want to work with you want to pay you, then yes, please, let's do it. All of what's happening is a value exchange. Your good or product or service is of value, and the customers and clients will gain your value by producing a dollar amount value that you would like to receive. If these were the days of no currency and we would need to still receive and give, everything would be based on what we can provide. It's based on our actions and desires. Can you build me a home? Sure thing. If you can protect that home and my home from invaders. Sure thing. We have a deal. There's no shame in that. The money is the thing that says, well, I can't protect your home myself, but I can give this thing to this person and they can protect your home. Are we still good? Perfect. Money is just a substitute for value. Selling is caring if you're coming from a place of honesty and integrity. Again, I don't know what your success looks like for you, but when you're selling from a place of wanting to make an impact and a change in your clients or customers, then my goodness, you're already doing it. You have it figured out. Let me give you another example that I experienced a few weekends back on a weekend trip. We went to the North Carolina mountains to a beautiful area called Chimney Rock. And as we were enjoying the sights and the experiences, I had this thought that never crossed my mind before. 29 years of my life never came to mind. One of my coaching clients paid for my coaching fees 2 weeks prior to that trip. And we began our coaching journey. She was thrilled and we rocked our first 2 sessions together, and she was really on cloud 9. But as I was paying for my breakfast in Chimney Rock with my family, I realized that the income I created from doing something that I love was now paying for a delicious breakfast for my family. That caught me off guard. The cycle of value kept on changing and shifting from person to person, but everyone involved in the transactions that came from my client investing in herself through gaining a coach, that created so many beneficial experiences. My sons won't know the coaching fees and the money that was spent, but they're going to remember the trip that we took and the experiences we had together. This was a cycle of value created with love and appreciation, and there were so many more pleasant feelings that came after that. I don't know about you, but I love spending money that I earned from doing something that I love doing. My client and I are finishing our time together as of this recording, and she is going to hopefully sign up again for another 6 sessions because I've served her so powerfully. Even if she doesn't, that's okay. But by doing what we've engaged in, creating a product or service, and she received that product or service, we created a cycle of good money getting pushed into the economy. And I don't know if this example might be too woo-woo and fairy dust, but it makes me feel amazing when I think about it. So selling is a service. When you can offer something that benefits someone else, you're in a great position. You're in an even better position if it's something you love doing, because either way, our clients are going to be shopping no matter what. At least by them purchasing it from you, you know you can give them an authentic and real experience. Whether it be a product or service, you get the opportunity to serve your clients. Isn't that better than them buying it from someone else? Someone who maybe doesn't have your integrity, doesn't have your beliefs, hasn't been through what you've been through, or maybe just they don't care enough about the clients. So by you being the one to serve your clients or customers, they feel safe. And they're gonna feel more safe with you than that used car salesman, right? Now, I wanna add that I do have experience with these areas, marketing and sales, but ultimately I am a mindset coach. I can help clients achieve their purpose and passion without sacrificing what they love and who they love doing it with. I'm just not a marketing or sales coach. There are a ton of resources out there where you can learn more. And if it was those two specific things that you wanted to work on, then unfortunately I wouldn't be the ideal coach for you, but I encourage you to go find those specific coaches that you would need in those areas that you need it. What I offer is freedom from your mind and your actions to create a better life. After you've freed yourself from the mind, you could then go on to do incredible things. So thank you again for tuning into this final session. We went over a lot in this short amount of time, but my hopes for you are for a life of purpose, passion, and profits. A moment that I'm looking to experience in my future is you sending me a message telling me what this course has changed in your life. I hope I served you well, and I hope that you will take what you learned and go forward to create that dream life of yours. I would love to work with you more and understand any blocks or limitations you might be experiencing so that you can truly live a life of freedom and passion. Please follow me on Instagram at Robles101 or Facebook at Jose Luis Robles or Red Oak Insights, which is my business page, or email me directly, redoakinsights@gmail.com. And remember that by you making it this far, you earned a 30% discount on all of my services. The discount code is REDOAK2022, all caps. Look out for my masterclass coming up here in the next few months, where I'm going to do a live coaching session with real clients in a group setting, and we're just going to be pouring into each other. There's also going to be an opportunity for a Q&A, so please drop on by. And this program has been so much fun for me to create. And thank you so much for going along the ride with me. Please reach out so we can continue this work and this momentum. You are here for your children, for your spouse, and for you. You deserve the life of your dreams, and you're this much closer to creating it. I look forward to working with you. Take care, and God bless.